Hello, this is Nikki in Niagara coming to you from Niagara Falls, Canada. And before we start, I want to give a shout out to someone who is probably my youngest viewer, and I want to say hi to Poppy. How are you doing, Poppy? Do you color along with your mom? Let me know in the comments down below. So, what are we going to do today? We are going to do some coloring. But first of all, I am going to show you my last picture I worked on, the pictures that I am currently working on, and the next picture that I have up to color. So I did this either last week or the week before, and it worked really well, and I thought it might be a fun part of the show. Somebody called my vlogs an episode, so that made me think, hey, I've got episodes, I must be a show. So yeah, the Nikki in Niagara show. This was to the theme music. Alright, so this is the last picture I worked on, and it was a buddy color, and I am very happy with this. I went all out on it, and I went mixed media. I grabbed some of my old mixed media vibes. So, here we go. So it's a 2-page spread, and well, let me tell you the book first. Obviously this isn't it. It's Peter Pan by Fabiana Attanasio, and it is this 2-page spread here. Well, let me take this off. So, this is the last picture I worked on, and I used so many different mediums on it that I wrote it down. Now let's see if you can see the shine. Let me change the position of this lamp. Well, you can see the glare from the lamp, but yeah, I think you can see it anyways. This is metallic paint. That's the pink on there is all metallic paint. It's by Art Alchemy, and it is a mixed media paint. So I think also used a cheap set of I don't know how you say it, watercolors that are pearl. So they are slightly metallic. The glare from this kind of outshines the wings, but yeah, I think you can tell here that they shine as well. So yeah, this is the last picture I did. It took me 3 days, off and on. I would work on a part and finish it and set it aside, and then I would bring it back and work on another part and set it aside. So I have to remember to accomplish, because I always avoid 2-page spreads, and to accomplish these 2-page spreads I'm gonna have to remember, just like when I have an intricate picture, just take a part at a time. So now, what am I currently working on? I've actually got I got 4 things on the go. Whoops, I need to put this back before I lose it. I've got 4 things on the go, and I'm usually a one-at-a-time person. First of all, I want to apologize for the mess around the edges. I literally have just this space to work in at the moment, because since I've got 4 projects on the go, I actually have the markers and the pens and the pencils all out for those projects. So we need to get them done. Okay, so I am working in a color along in the Enchanted Forest by Joanna Basford. This is a color along put on by Penny. I think she's just called Penny Colors or something like that. So anyways, I'm doing her color along of the dragon at the back of this. So she's got a part up that I am going to do today. So put this here so the glitter doesn't get onto the other page. But this is what we are working on. Let me straighten that up. There we go. So this is what we are working on. We are doing this dragon, which is a fold out, and it is a large piece like that, but we are getting pretty close to having the first half done. And I don't think the back half is going to be, I think the back half will be easier because there's nothing new that's going to be added in. We'll have learned all the techniques. So I've never done a picture completely in gel pens before. To me, gel pens I've always thought of them as being embellishments when I'm done a picture, small elements of a picture. I use them in mandalas and patterns to just bring a bit of sparkle to it. But I've never actually done a picture, so one thing that I've learned from doing this is how to blend gel pens, and it's amazing how much, they're like the perfect media to blend, probably. It's so easy, and it looks really nice. We've done blending all over here and into here. So I've got that, and that will be going for a few more weeks. Actually, I think there are 11 parts, and I am on 5. Then, my Facebook group, it's called Nikki and Niagara's Adult Coloring Club. We have voted on this book that we're all going to work, well, not all, just the people who have said they would, are going to work on, as a group, completing this book. So, everything is included from the first page to the last page, but I haven't included the covers as part of what we're going to finish. So people can do the cover or not, depending on their own choice. But I have decided to start working on the inside covers while we wait for the new year. I may do a page or two as well, because we're allowed to have 5 pages done in the book. If you've got 5 or less pages done in the book, you can join in as well. The rest of the members of the group are welcome to join in anything that we're doing. They just won't be on my list of, I'm working on this too, but I just did that. So I'm doing the leaves first. Yeah, people who have more than 5 pictures done in the book, they can join along with anything that we do. They just won't go on my list. The official list. And so in between that, I have been working in this book with my shuttle art markers to use them up. I thought this would be this would get rid of them faster than doing the mandalas. So this is the one I'm currently working on. You can see my markers right here. These are the ones that I randomly picked right here. Don't want it to get away. So yeah, that's what I'm doing with those. And then I thought I put all my Polychromos in the new case, and I got them all swatched out and everything. So I have been, here's the swatch. Got it in here. Yeah, so I swatched them all out on one page, and don't they look lovely? The one thing that shocked me was that there aren't any light colors. They're all very bright and vivid, and even the colors that are the light colors are very, they're bright, even though they're pale shades, but there's only really these 3. I don't even understand how people can do skin tones with these, because, I mean, to me, the skin tones are basically cream and ivory up there, and then these 3 right here, salmon, beige red, and cinnamon. I suppose coral, but it's you're going to have to lighten that. And then in browns, I suppose there's a few. There's burnt ochre, And, you know, a few of the darker ones, if you want to get into the dark skin tones, I really don't know how to do that with pencils, so I don't know which ones. But I'm just surprised that there's not like a light orange, or there's this light magenta, but there's no light purples. And there's no light blue, even though I think there is one called, yeah, there's a couple of light ones, but they're not they're not pale. There's no pale colors, and in my mind I usually use a light, what I call a light color, but you know, kind of a palish color to make a 3-color blend. You're going to have to start off darker. So yeah, those are just my thinkings, and I need to have a sip. I think I'll keep this over here so I don't... Where is this out of screenshot? No. I literally have no room. Over here, I guess. If I go like that, okay, I'm not reaching. Yeah, so I'm very pleased with them, but I am surprised at the lack of skin tones and light colors. So I decided to try them out by working in this book, and I am going from the back, though it's too late in the year to do a Hello Autumn or Hello Halloween page. So this is the one I'm working on here, and I think this is what we'll be working on today. Finishing up anyways, and then we can move on to something else. So I'm really enjoying working with these. I'm having a lot of fun layering and coming up with combos. So I think that my pears definitely look pearish. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. Oh, do you know what Mr. Niagara said to me? And I was so surprised. I showed him the Tinkerbell picture that I just showed you as my last finish. Well, I showed it to him last night, and he said that it was really good and that he liked it and everything. And then he said, why don't you frame some of your pictures and put them up around the house? And I'm like, my mouth dropped open. And I'm like, really? You wouldn't mind like seeing my colorings on the wall? And he goes, no, some of them are really good. See, he tells the truth, some of them. He said some of them are really good. And you know, so I'd never really thought of that. I thought, you know, cheesy, like in the 70s when everybody had the paint by number kits that they did on the wall, and they were all in their basement, the den. Yeah, I had a friend whose mom did that, and yeah, so I just always thought of that as being cheesy to put your colorings or whatever on the wall. I mean, mine. There's some people out there who are true artists, and they work their wonders in coloring books. That kind of art I would love to have on my wall. But yeah, I was just like, you know, I thanked him, and you know, I said that it made me really happy that he would say that to me, because he's never really been one to support the crafts and stuff I do, because they always make a mess. You know, I should be like coloring while I do this, so I'll leave that conversation there. Hopefully I'll remember to come back. Okay, so now I have to show you what's coming up next. So I've got 2 things picked out that are coming up next, and this is the one that I will definitely be working on once I finish something over there that I've shown you. This is a buddy color with Rita. I can't believe that I'm actually going to be doing a buddy color with Rita. RB Dreams is her tag. There's some numbers after that, but I think her channel is, I honestly don't even know what her channel's name is. I just know her as RB Dreams and some numbers on Instagram. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing this one. It's Deborah Muller's book, Angels, and it's a Christian book. And then my Spin the Wheel book was this one. And I have picked out this picture to do, so this will be some fun, easy marker work. This is from the Dover Spark series that they made for a few years back there, and it's called Zany Birds, and it's by John Kurtz. So yeah, that's what's coming up. So let's get back to this, and then I'll get back to talking. So first of all I have left to do is the lamp here made out of an acorn and the door. But what I was going to do with the door is find, let's see, I just put this behind so that I don't do any transfer of the ink from the page. And it helps with making little lines and stuff on the page below from pressure. Though I am not anywhere near as heavy-handed as I was before. I sometimes have to remind myself though. So this is done. I've been using yellowish green as my color here, and I used a yellow greenish type of brown, and I used a yellow green as one of my colors in the stones, and then I used a yellow brown in the combo for these stones. So what I wanted to do is use yellow green and pick one of the contrast colors to do my door in. So I've got possible choices are red orange, blue violet, red violet. I think that this is purple and blue purple. And then if I turn it this way, it adds in a blue, let's see, blue, purple, orange, yeah, so it adds in blue and orange. Now this isn't a complete contrasting color. It's still going to be a cool color. So I'm thinking of going with blue or orange. Orange mixes in with the yellowishness. Blue mixes in with the greenishness. So I'm trying to think what color would stand out. So let's do orange. An orange door is weird. Let's go with blue. Bing. Okay, I can see a blue door. So let's find a nice blue. I really like the Phalos. Phthalo blue is good. Now I have my pencils that I've used so far up here. I think you should be able to see the ends of them. So I'm just looking to see if there's anything that will go in a blend with blue. No, but if I take a blue-green or a blue, so what are my three colors going to be? Okay, I think I'm going to go with a sky blue, 146. There we go, so I'm going to use sky blue, and I want phthalo blue, and what can be the medium color? No, it's hard to find. Maybe that's darker, I guess you would say. Those are all darker. Don't want that. Okay, well maybe I will do sky blue, light phthalo blue, and phthalo blue. Okay, I have used a lot of colors on this page. It is unreal. I've used this many pencils on it. Okay, so another thing that's oh, I got hairs all over the place. Another thing that is a big shock to me is, look what I'm using. This has been in my pencil case since last year when I bought it because everybody said that it was great for the Prismacolors. Well, I stuck my Prismacolor in there and it just rolled around, and I put it on a three or less like everybody said, and it didn't sharpen my Prisma at all. I hated it, and I threw it back in my case, and for some reason I have been keeping it, and that is because it's the only thing I have that works on the Polycolors, because I never thought of this before, but they're just a tad too big to go into my comb. So I'm going to have to look and see if I can get myself a large hole comb. Because, well, yeah, no, that's not a, never mind, talking to myself. So I've taken the back off of it because I absolutely hate pencil sharpeners that only have enough for one sharpening to go in. I just like to hold it over. So this works fairly well. It's I can't see what's happening though, and that bothers me. I like to be fully in control of sharpening. Now I did come across a dodgy pencil though. It kept breaking on me. And that was May Green. That is the name? Yeah, this one right here, it's just a little guy because it kept breaking on me 3 times. It did that. So I'm thinking it must have been broken lead, because there's nothing that I can see wrong with it. And of course, the ends are covered, so I can't see if it's just that the core is off center, but it doesn't sharpen high on one end. Well, the teensy weensiest little bit, it's high on one side. So maybe that little bit of being off makes it a little awkward to sharpen, I don't know. But the good thing is I have a couple of colors of Polychromos that I bought open stock to see if I would like them. And one of the colors that I got was May Green, because it's basically my favorite color. So let's go and make a bright blue door on this guy. So I think I will do, yeah, just layer. Or, yeah, no, I'm going to layer. So as I was saying, my husband really doesn't, like, he just knows that, like, I've been a crafty person ever since he met me. When he met me, I was living in a not very nice neighborhood. There wasn't any crime there, though, because I lived on a little cul-de-sac with, it was a where are we? It was a cul-de-sac, but coming off of one end, there was a street. So there was where are we? A street going down, and then we came into like a cul-de-sac like that. But off of the bottom curve here, there was another street that went that way. And so while I lived on the curve, on the street right here was a a biker club house. Not Hell's Angels, but I cannot for the life of me remember their name, but they're the big motorcycle club, I guess. Motorcycle gang. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. A little bit more rough than a club, shall we say. So yeah, they had their main house there. You know, it was like a fortress. So they kept away crime. So we didn't have any crime in our neighborhood. And they weren't scary because, I don't know, like, I mean, I know what they do and got up to and all that sort of stuff, but you would see them sometimes, you know, out in the yard that was, like, on the street. There was a bit of an area where they, like, worked on their motorcycles or whatever, and then it went into the part that had the high walls and the bricks and the cement and all that stuff. And yeah, they would say hello to you as you walked by, and I didn't feel scared of. I was at first. I was nervous. Should I color in there? Yeah, and I should go darker because it's inside. We're looking inside. It would appear dark from the outside. Okay, so I'll put some of this and the dark color in there. And yeah, so I guess that's enough of that story. Oh, yeah, what I was saying is that, so I was living in this neighborhood, and I had a little, two, like, I guess it was a combination between a townhouse and an apartment. It had 2 levels. You went in, there was like a balcony at the front, and you would have to go up the stairs, and then there was, glass doors. So that was basically the back that was facing the street, because around the other side of the house, facing away from the street, you would go across the yard and into the door. When you open the door, there would be like about 4 steps going up and 4 steps going down, and downstairs was the bathroom and the bedrooms, and upstairs was the living room kitchen. And there was actually a large area for storage up there as well. So anyways, when you walked into my bedroom downstairs, there was a double closet. And the closet, I had a desk in the closet, and the closet was completely full of all my sewing stuff, as I did quilting back then. So of course my bedroom was absolutely jam-packed full of material and quilting stuff, and I worked in the closet is where I actually did my work. So that's what I was up to when he met me. And ever since then, I have always had a ton load of whatever craft I was working on. So he's just known this about me, and it's not been something that he's like encouraged me at, because I'm just always doing it, and he just thinks of it as a mess. Oh, my book's all crooked. He just thinks of it as a big mess. And you know, when I was quilting, it'd be like, I'd say something like, you know, there's not enough. Our house is too small, or we don't have enough storage, and he'd go, you have too much material. You have the knitting. You have too much yarn. Then when I was a book blogger, there's too many books. When I was into mixed media, there's too much crap. Garbage, junk. And now it's like, just how many markers do you actually need? And yet he bought me markers last year for Christmas. And he bought me the Polychromos Polychromos. Oh no. So I'm supposed to do another layer of this. So yeah, he's supportive of what I do now. So anyways, how are you? What are you doing while you watch me today? Are you doing chores? Are you on the treadmill? Peeling vegetables? Or are you coloring with me? Or working on another craft? If you are coloring, what are you coloring right now? And if you aren't coloring right now, what was the last thing you were working on? So, I don't 100% know what I'm doing. See, I've pressed, well, I haven't done anything in this book, but for some reason there's a scratch on here. It's like looks like a letter M when I look at it from this direction. So yeah, as I was saying, I only know about layering is what I've watched people do. And they use 3 colors and go light, medium, light, medium. You know what? I should be using medium right. No, I'm on the right one. They go light, medium, dark, then dark, medium, light. And then from that point, I just keep layering with what I want to be the main color. And I just keep layering until it's the color I want it to be. So right now this isn't dark enough. And I think, unless I missed a pencil, I guess I decided to go over that. Makes it easier. So now I'm going to go over it with my dark color here and get a shade that I like. I think what I'm going to do is go over these dark, push a bit here. At least that part. I think I might go over that with, oh no, gel pen won't go over. Now let's make it dark too. I'm not going to do this because I'm going to use a metallic gel pen for that. Are we on screen good? Yeah. I keep making it crooked though. And my camera got knocked, so it's not at the absolute perfect angle for this, but I don't want to mess around with it because I actually hate messing around with my camera. I just like it to be set and then I leave it there. So that's why I need the tripod to be out of my way so that I'm not banging into it all the time while I'm working and not on camera. No. Not filming. That's what I mean. So I don't know, this blend didn't do anything. It didn't do anything for me. It's because they're all the same color. I like to do blends that have an interesting color in them. Like layers. Because like this had a gold green in it, and that's what made it, and it makes that part stand out, but it was one of the colors I used in the layers here for the pear, and if you look at it, it's like there's like so much to look at. It's deep. You look into the color, you can see the depths of the color and where it just, you know, is more and more layers to it that you see, but this is rather a flat one that I've done here, so I'm not crazy with I'm not crazy about this door. So today it's been rather chilly. I honestly don't know what the temperature is because I haven't been outside, but I did have to turn the heater on in this room this morning, and I haven't done that for 2 weeks because it has been like 18, 19, 20 something. So, you know, that's like the high 70s for the last couple of weeks. So we've really been enjoying it. Okay, so I didn't really layer that the way that I was supposed to. I think I got a little bit camera shy of working with these because I don't know what I'm doing. But anyways, let's finish this. And I want to use, I should use the blend that I used for the worm because I was really surprised at how nice that turned out. These are what I used. This one's right here. I used cinnamon, Venetian red, and burnt ochre. See, because this is an interesting blend because it's got two from the red family, and then the burnt ochre is a brown, but it's a reddish brown, and you can see the different colors in it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these. No, we'll do this as a whole around here. And I don't know how to make a glowing candle. I know it involves a white, but I'll color the, maybe if I color that part darker than this, I think we can do that. And then I'll use one of these for the wax and just grab an orange to do the flame. Okay, so let's get those out of the way. So, I don't think I even told you what day it was when I started. It is Friday the 13th of November. So, yeah. Nothing bad has happened to me. Because it's only supposed to last until noon. Or at least you can only play pranks until noon. I don't know about how long the bad luck works for. Does it work for the whole day? I'm not superstitious about Friday the 13th. Okay, so I actually want to move that to being my dark color now. So this is the color that I want it to be. I love the color of this already. So yeah, looking at the Polychromos versus the Prismas, I'm finding that they have a lot of the same colors, you know, the same variety of colors. The polys don't have the pale shades. Maybe we can call them pastels. They don't have those. and they don't have the variety of grays, but then nothing has as many grays as a Prismacolor, as the full 150 set. Like if you don't have Prismas and you're thinking about it, if you haven't gotten to the point where you're using grays in your work, you don't need the 150. The 132 set will be sufficient, because those extra colors you're going to get are the grays, the rest of the grays, and the rest of the lighter colors. A few of those. Now, if you've learnt, now I'm going to work on the inside here so I can make it darker. Now, if you've worked, you've got to the point where you see the value of grays. Like I would have to say that gray comes out in my coloring like fairly often. There's gray in this when I'm using pencils. So I'm just going to use the medium and the dark now for this. I love the way that the lead lasts forever. I only ever sharpen it because I want a better point on it. And I've never sharpened it because I was running out of pigment. Certainly a difference from the Prismas. Oh yeah, I was comparing the two. The polys have more reds. In fact, the polys have a ton of reds. Look at this. So the reds start okay, well, sanguine can be used as a red if you want it to, and it's not in the right place. Well, yeah, I put it there because it's a rusty orange, but it's also it can also be used as a rusty red. It can also be down in the browns. So I don't know what sanguine means, but I know sanguinate means to bleed out. Like, you know, to lose all your blood. Like if you were, if you had your throat slit. Sorry. I'll... the fact that I love watching true crime does come out in my basic talk some way. But if that happened to you, I won't say it again, you would sanguinate, which means you would pass away because you had lost all of the blood in your body. So sanguine must have something to do with the color of blood. But anyways, we go right here from a light cadmium red. We go, all these are reds. All these right up to, we've got rose carmine and pink carmine. Now carmine right here is a red, permanent carmine. So rose carmine and pink carmine must have red in them. So yeah, those can be counted as pinks, and really they are. But they're also part of the red, and I've never seen that many reds. The Prismas are sadly lacking in reds. But they do have a light red. Okay, so I think this, I'm gonna push down now so that I burnish the inside here. I don't burnish very often, but I want that to look different from the rest of it. So let's go across it with one more from light to dark and kind of fill in these edge spaces. Now, one thing I found out about the polys is that a blender pencil doesn't work on them. In fact, I tried using one just up here in the corner here, and it actually started to ruin my work because it was putting wax onto the oil. I mean, I know that all pencils have a combination of wax and oil in them, and then for it to be a wax based or to be an oil based, there's more of that base in them. So, but it's putting wax on top of the oil, and it didn't work. So I don't know. I think I'm happy with that. It contrasts from this. Oh yeah, I was going to use one of these for the wax, so let's use the light one. So, yeah, I haven't wanted to try getting out my mineral spirits to see if those blend. But besides mineral spirits, is there any other thing that you use instead of a blender pencil to blend oil-based pencils? Is there, does Caran, not, this isn't Caran d'Ache, it's Faber-Castell. Does Faber-Castell have its own blender pencil? There, now we'll just get an orange. Do I have an orange out? No, well, we stayed away from it. Where's my sheet? Here we are. So let's go with orange glaze. Yeah, there's only 3 oranges if you don't count sanguine. And the light one, cadmium orange, isn't that light. Well, no. And we'll get out metallic gold. Oh, my holes in my case are just the teensy weенsiest bit tight for these pencils. Well, they'll have some give to them later. So, do I have, no, I don't have metallic gold out, so let's go get one. I'll just use a regular metallic gold. Is this gold? That's kind of a gold shade. No, it's too yellow. There we go. Here's one. This is a bit thin for a coloring pen, but it's a 0.38, isn't it? Oh, it's a 0.7. This is a Y&C Gel Extreme. I've had this forever. So, I don't have a lot to talk about. That's kind of like why I am starting this on Friday. Usually I like to get in here on Wednesday. I like to come in on Wednesday and then come in on Friday to do my 2 portions. I'm sure there'll be some time when I'll come in 3 times if I have something else to show you guys. There. It just looks dumb not having the inside done. So I'm going to do it. There. So that's everything done. So we finished that one, guys. Alright, so stamp the date. And I'll take a picture of it. I won't take a picture now. but I will put it to one side to take a picture. Let's put the tab on it. If I can pick these up, sorry for the leaning across. Yeah, so I'm just going to do one login here. Well, there's not going to be a second part. Not going to go away and come back. So this is going to be a shorter vlog than usual since I'm just coming in here on, what are we going to work on next? Let's do the, finish up the Jade Summer. Oh, speaking of Jade Summer, are you going to get any of the new books that they've had out lately? These compilations that they're making? Oh, excuse me. I'm itching my nose. I might be sounding a little nasally there. Let's straighten this up. Yeah, my camera's a little bit off. If I want to be center, I'd be over there, but I'm sat here, so yeah, we're gonna be over here for now, because that looks better, I know. But I can't color like that. Sorry. Okay, so can I move this? Or is it just going to slide off? Tilt it. So yeah, let's work on this and get out my random markers. So I just keep them, I picked this order to put them in. I randomly picked them out without looking, and then I decided what order to put them in. And then I used them in order. So I think I'm going to have to move over anyways, because the tripod leg is this over there. There, little shake so you can tell. Yes, I have not looked today. Today is Friday. Actually, why don't we go there and see if they've put both of those books that they asked about covers yesterday. So let's go to Facebook. I'm doing this on my computer. I don't want to do it on my tablet because I have something open on there that we might be doing if I run out of stuff to say. But hey, if we're going to go check the groups, why not? This is a vlog. This isn't like any kind of pre-planned Jade Summer. Here we are. What books did they release today? Was it those two or just one of them? Because yesterday they asked us what cover we liked best on 2 collection books. One of them was alright, I don't see it at the top. What time is it? It's 2 o'clock. They should have released the new book by now. No, they haven't released a book today yet. Huh. Weird. Guess I'll have to read the discussion and see what's going on. But anyways, are you interested in the compilation books that they showed yesterday? One was oh boy. Oh, Tattoos 1, 2, and 3. It's not going to include the new Gothic one. I don't have the new Gothic one because I don't know if they're going to grayscale it or not. And when I asked about it, and this really annoyed me too. I don't even know if I've talked about it on here, because I don't want to be repeating myself, making it sound like I'm fixating on this or something. But you guys know me, I'm always getting annoyed with Jade Summer. Well, it's because I like them. You know, I mean, if I didn't like them, they wouldn't annoy me. It's just I want them to be a better business that suits my needs, but other people too. Not just me. I know there's other people thinking the same way as me about the grayscale issue. Yeah, I'm sure I talked about this, where they basically told me to just sit around and wait for 6 months and see if it came out. And that if it didn't come out in 6 months, then I could assume that they weren't going to grayscale it. Well, excuse me, but Little Witches and all those other books, that cute fairies and whatever, those were out for more than 6 months before they grayscaled them. Chibi Horror, I was out for way more than 6 months. People were asking for that every Halloween. So yeah. Anyways, so there's the 3 tattoo books, and all the books that they've put out are line arts. They're not grayscale. There we go. Having a hard time finding my words today. So are you interested in that tattoo book? I do have the grayscale tattoo, but to tell you the truth, I don't even know if I've colored in it. I like the pictures. Like, I should get it out actually. But I think it's on my spin the wheel, because I did put all, now see I'm running out of this, which is good, but did it have to be right there? Okay, so I'll get some out of this end, and hopefully there's enough to last to this end. I'm pushing hard on this, guys. Okay, I can't trust that for another piece. So yay, the first one I've used up on this picture. I'm keeping track of how many shuttle arts I use up this month, since I'm really actively trying to finish them up now, because they're taking up space. But last month I forgot to do my finishes. I like doing them because it shows me that I am using my materials, and it shows you guys that I'm using my materials too, because yeah, you guys see what I buy, so you basically know if I'm using, and you watch my finished pages, and if you see my empties, then basically you know what I'm using and what I'm not. If you know what I'm using, you also know what I'm not using. And you may be thinking, hey, she bought such and such a few months ago and I've never seen her use it. Then you know what you do? If you've thought that, then you put that down in the comments and you say, hey, Nikki, I want to see you color in such and such a book. And I'll be like, oh no, I haven't colored in that one yet. But I'll get it out and I'll do it. Sorry. This angle just keeps making the book be crooked. And this is starting to get low on ink too. I'm so glad that I chose to work in this book. Oh, I did one. I did this one, and by the time I got to the end of the 5 markers, I only had 2 left, and one of them was running out. So I just barely finished that, because you can see the pink's only in the center. But I think it turned out pretty good, actually. So yeah, I was getting really disheartened with the mandalas, because I kept doing them, but I wasn't running out of anything. I could tell that I had some markers that were getting there, but they could always do just one more section of the mandala, you know. If your markers are dry like this, then they streak. But sometimes if you just go over a streak like this, the new marks will cover up the streak. Or it might just make it look mottled, which looks better than the streak. You know what, let's color these in red too, while we still have some. This right here is, as you can see, it's a yellow, but it's one of those greens. It's a something green. It's called green, but it's really yellow. So I got another thing coming to me to review, and I'm going to do a little video on the watercolor pencils that I showed you I got to review. But now I got a set of those gouache, the new gouache that comes in the little cups, and it's like jelly. So they're like little jelly cups, and the gouache is not like completely dry, it's like jelly. I've been wanting to try those, and it came up on Amazon Vine to review, so I like jumped on that. Oh, these lids are getting hard to put on. This part here is moving around, so they're off center from the corners on the barrel. So I have swatched out the new alcohol markers, the Ojofo, and my swatch book is sitting, oh, look at this. See, the barrels are just basically coming apart. I can't get the lids off, and then I can't get them back on because they're getting all twisted out of shape. You know, I'm wondering if I'm going to leave this open because I don't know if I have enough color to go in there. But I need to color that. But it's not going to be dark. Well, it could be. Actually, it could be this color, because those would show up. Interesting thought. So yeah, the Ojofos, my swatch book is turned to the page that I use the most, and otherwise the book is shut and it's being kept in a corner so that it's basically in the dark, and I'm waiting to see if they yellow the page. I think from now on, when anybody does a review of alcohol markers, they have to do a yellowing test, because we can't be recommending markers and then somebody buys them and everything goes yellow on them. I don't know why it started happening all of a sudden, but really I don't think it's happening all of a sudden, because obviously it happened in the past, because we're looking in our books from a while ago and finding the yellow stuff. Okay, so I'm not going to do this bit red, because they have red on them and it would just look like an extension of their heads. And what about the blue-gray? There's a bit of blue-gray on them, but it's further down. Blue-gray is an option, though my marker might not last long enough. The yellow is definitely an option, but I know it's not going to last enough. The only thing I've got that's juicy-ish is the dark gray, so we're just going to have to hope it works. So yeah, let's talk about what you guys want to see me do. I got a really good response from you guys on the watercolors that I used last episode. So I was really pleased to see that. It's nice to know, like, you know, some people said that it's made them think about getting out theirs or trying theirs or just getting them out again. So it's really nice when I'm able to spur you on to something. Okay, so we're up on the top part now. I'm not going to color that in, so I won't color this in here. I wonder if I've got enough to go around that circle. Well, the only thing we can do is try. I'll watch it just give out on me right here. Or just when I've gone too far. You know, whatever it is, I can go over it with the dark gray. Because I'm not allowing myself to pick more markers. We start with the 5, and as we use them up, we work with 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. I suppose if I ran out of markers before I finished a picture, I would grab a few. So this is lasting longer than I thought it would. Yeah, so I would like you guys today and in the future is, like, especially when I do my haul videos, I'd really like to see you guys saying, you know, I want to see you do a video using, I want to see you color in that book, I want to see you color in this other book. You know, tell me what books you want to see me, or go back and watch my flip throughs and pick a book from a long time ago that you said, well, I've never seen her show this book before, and ask me to color in it. And then you can also ask me to use a supply. Or even say, I want you to use such and such pencils in such and such book. Now that one I may not be able to do for you right away because I would have to be feeling in the mood to do what you suggest. But I would do it. Yeah, see, this one's got some juice left to it, so let's do this big thing. This, like, egg. And if not, I think I have another, yeah, I do. I have another GG9 over there. That's what this is. But this is one of the old Touch News. And I have to tell you guys that of all the markers that I've ever used, the Touch News are by far my favorite. And they've lasted the longest. Because, I mean, they must have lasted 5 years. Though through some of that time I wasn't using them as much as I use them now. But I still have these hangers on. I have a few grays left, and I have one color left, olive green, but it's kind of like a really thick color. It's kind of like throw up green. So that's why it's not getting used. But I've used it a few times in these random picks. So this is a fun picture to color. This is, oh, I forgot, I was talking about Jade Summer. Because this is Magical Patterns. Yeah, this is Magical Patterns. And it has 100 large patterns. So all the spaces in this book are large. So it's easy coloring. And it's great for using up markers, it really is. So what was the other book they asked us what cover we liked? It was a combination of 1, 2, and 3 of something. Oh, the Christmas one. Christmas 1, 2, and 3. Well, I don't have any of those books, and I've looked at the sample pages for them all, and I like 2 and 3. I'm sure there'd be a few pages here and there that I like out of number 1, but I remember looking at it and saying, no, I don't want to get that one. But I think that's a good one. I'll definitely be getting it, as long as it comes out in time for me to get it for Christmas. But I'm also going to get to the grayscale chibi and kawaii Christmas as well. So I thought I was done buying Christmas books. Oh, one of the videos that I'm hoping to do this week is my Christmas and winter books collection. Obviously, they're all books that you've seen at one point or another, whether it be in the month that I hauled them or in my last complete my complete coloring collection when I did that video. Oh, jeez. Oh, I want to put them on. There. It's just so difficult because they're not lined up anymore. I really like the blue-grays. They're my favorite. So, yeah, but tell me what you think about the Jade Summer compilations, because there's the 100 Kawaii. They put out to the Cute Animals one and the Fantasy one. I already have all the books in the Fantasy one, so that one didn't interest me. Oh, plus, they have bound up cute fairies with so many things. Because they used to have Fantasy Collection Volume 1 and 2. And that had cute witches, cute fairies. They had both of the mermaid books between the two of them. You know what book I really want? I want, well actually there's two. I really want them, and I'm always thinking if I should get them, but they never make the cut. Is Baby Dragons and Stuffed Animals. I just think that they're so cute and they would be so fun to color. I was thinking maybe of getting both of them this week and saying, the heck with it all. I'm going to get those two this week. Or you know what I'm afraid is going to happen is that they're going to go out of print, because this is one thing that I don't like. So, okay, here's where Jade Summer annoys me again. Is they make books out of print without telling us. They should come on to the website, onto the Facebook group, or put an announcement on their homepage that these books are going out of print as of, and give us a notice so that we can all go buy it. You know, last ditch. They don't have to lower the price or anything to get us to buy it. Just tell us this is going out of print and we'll buy it. I know I will, because I was so upset when they made the cut on all those fairy tale books, the myths and the fairy tales, all those books. I was so upset because I had wanted those. They were all on my wish list. It was like I had all these books from Jade Summer on my wish list, and boom, one day they all went away. They weren't on it anymore. That's how I found out they did it. Okay, I'm going to have to turn the book because I need to work sideways for these guys. think I'll do this one line that goes like right across. I've got lots of lines now. Hopefully this will last. It's like when I'm hoping that the marker will last, and I'm afraid it's going to run out, it lasts just fine, but when I pick up one and start coloring without any thought, it runs out on me. That's just my luck. I'm not the type of person who finds money on the ground or wins the lotto. I don't play the lotto, but when I did, the best I ever did was winning another ticket. I mean, we'll never win the lottery because my husband doesn't bother entering them anymore. He used to. Doesn't anymore. Not unless it's going to be, unless it's one of the really high jackpots. I got to get this inside part here done. You know, maybe I should work inside and outside at the same time. Okay, I can turn it back to normal now. This is looking like it's some kind of weird totem pole, and these are like things coming out of his head. Wonder if it'll still look like that when it's finished. Because I'm not going to color in this or that. Uh-oh. Oh no. We have to do the other side too. Okay, let's get over to the other side. Let's try the other tip, see if it's got ink in it. Yeah, starting off good. Okay, this should last for something else as long as I don't do something really big. I'll use it on a small. Or maybe I should use it to fill up this one nicer. Actually, now it's starting to go. No, we'll have to get rid of that one. Or maybe I'm just going to put it up here because I can use it on small pieces if we run out. Okay, there's not too much I can do with the yellow in here. I'll do those two little dots with this gray. Yeah, see, if I leave it alone, there's just a little bit more ink that comes out. So, I think I've run out of stuff to say. I'm at an hour and 20 minutes. Can you believe that? So, I think maybe I'm gonna end the video. Let's put the book straight for you. And we finished. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Yeah, I don't even see the birds. The first thing that stands out is this little guy. Let's see what happens when it's finished, because there's a whole bunch of other things up here that might make the head disappear. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm keeping here. Okay, well, thanks guys for staying with me. Sorry this wasn't a proper vlog. It's more of just your average long color and chat. But I did do some color and chatty type stuff, like showing you my pages. And I think I'm going to do that next time too. We'll start with looking at my last colored page, my current whips, and what I have lined up for coloring soon. Yeah. So don't forget to put in the comments anything that you'd like to see me do, because I really like it when I know that I'm going to be doing something that somebody wants. You know, if one person wants something, there's probably others who aren't saying it, but they'd like to see it too. You have to be the voice for the others. You be the one. You be the voice of the people who want to see me color in such and such a book. Okay, I'm starting to, whenever I start to blabber, that's when I know it's time to say goodbye. Say goodbye, Nikki. Okay. So thanks again for being there. I really enjoyed our chat today, so I hope you do too, or you did. And yeah, I've got some other videos coming up for you from some of my collections of art stuff, so that will be fun. And in the meantime, until next time, bye-bye.